what that means. We give everyone in the audience Kilmeade's credit card number. Have at it. All right, now let's welcome tonight's guests. He secretly hates being the second sexiest guy at Fox. Co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend, Pete Hexen. Her self-defense against the left is common sense. Communications director at Never Back Down, Pat, Erin Perini. She's like cottage cheese, white, low in fat, and popular at rest homes. Fox News contributor, Kat Tiff. And air traffic over JFK is constantly telling him to duck. My massive sidekick in the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Tyrus. All right. Yeah. We have started. But before we get to some news stories, it's Friday, so let's do this.
Greg's Leftovers.
I don't know, man. I'm wearing a turtleneck, and it's almost the summer. Maybe I'm hiding something.
Maybe.
That's when you wear turtlenecks.
Maybe you're a poet.
Ah, there you go. I'm not saying the second part. All right, Leftovers, where I read the jokes we didn't use this week, and as always, it's my first time reading them, so if they suck, we'll tar and feather a writer right after the show. Yeah, and then we'll push him into the water and watch him drown. Here we go. Please be good. This week, President Biden welcomed Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the White House. Quote, "It's the least I can do," said Joe, after we stole all their land. Yeah. On Tuesday, the president hosted a forum about artificial intelligence with tech leaders in SF. When asked what the most positive part of the trip was, he said, "I guess being in a city where nobody yelled at me for taking a dump on the sidewalk." It's funny because it's true. Sausage maker Johnsonville is recalling more than 42,000 pounds of pork sausage for possible contamination with plastic fibers. Fortunately, authorities were able to track all 42,000 pounds to a single location in New York City. You people, disgusting. A Florida woman wearing only a towel and drinking a Four Loko, stop me there, was arrested for allegedly letting kids photograph her naked in a Dollar General parking lot. She's since been promoted to head of Florida tourism. Yeah. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny premiered in L.A. this week. I don't want to give away the plot, but the ancient relic he's looking for this time is horrifying. Good news for the Oakland A's. Nevada just approved $380 million to build a new stadium in Las Vegas. It will be just like the regular stadium, except fans will be able to buy hookers. Inside and outside, which is great. The section of I-95 in Philly that collapsed will reopen within 2 weeks, which means Pennsylvania can now focus their efforts on rebuilding another total disaster. It was revealed recently that the U.S. ranks 60th in the world in penis size. It would have been even higher, but the average was thrown off by a single participant. I don't know if that means higher or lower. I think higher means lower, or does higher mean upper, or lower mean bad?
No matter how you swing it, they got you.
Yeah. True. A British family was stunned after its pet tortoise was found miles from home after missing for 2 years. When asked for an explanation, the tortoise said, "I have no idea. It all happened so fast." An LAPD drug dog is being hailed as a hero after sniffing out 15 pounds of heroin, a kilogram of fentanyl, and an assault rifle that were inside a vending machine. So one thing we can all agree on, that's one hell of a vending machine. We need one of those. According to an IRS whistleblower, Hunter Biden made improper tax deductions on tens of thousands of dollars he spent on hookers and a sex club. Wait, you mean I'm supposed to pay taxes on that stuff? As for sex clubs, I keep mine in the glove compartment.
I get it. It took a second.
Terrible.
Club. Haha. Clever.
Yes. The same 4 transit cops nabbed an accused murderer and suspected serial slasher in NYC in a 24-hour period. Advocates of defunding the police responded saying, "See, we only need 4 cops." That was cute. What's wrong with you people? Nope, I don't want your sympathy, Clapter. I'm not, whatever that other show is. Okay, finally, math and reading scores for 13-year-olds in the U.S. have hit the lowest levels in decades. But don't worry, those kids have no idea what that even means. All right. Clap for the illiterate children. Clap for the moron kids. Now to some news. The feral monsters of The View say they've never heard of you-know-who. True, the show that makes mornings hell claim that my name doesn't ring a bell. It's time for...
Our view on The View. Ugh.
Yeah, the witch's coven finally shows me some lovin'. Yesterday on The View, yours truly was the subject of conversation. Apparently, the broads have no idea who I am, or so they say. Hit it, Gladys.
They said that Gutfeld talks about you all the time.
Who is he? No, really, who is he?
I don't watch the show.
He has a show.
I don't watch the
never
show.
heard of him.
Yeah.
I guess he's just obsessed with me.
No. Next, Joy's going to say she's never heard of carbs. Seriously, her denial of knowing me is as believable as her red hair. But obsession? I mean, come on, Joy. Where would you even get that idea? Like Joy Behar's face, it's looking worse and worse by the day. More full of crap than Joy Behar after a night of scotch and Taco Bell. Her being named Joy is like me being named ugly. Joy wasn't there on the show. Apparently Mondays are her days off when she feeds in the pasture. It now smells like a humid day inside Joy Behar's moo-moo. The motives stink worse than Joy Behar's jog bra. I mean, assuming she jogs. Oh, wait, there she is. She has a point. Maybe I am obsessed, but some people are obsessed with Bigfoot, and they don't get to see him on TV every afternoon. And if they did, could they tell the two apart? I don't know. But yeah, it's true. I am obsessed with her the way a mongoose is obsessed with snakes. But I'm obsessed with a lot of things. He sucks harder than Brian Stelter on a duck fat Slurpee. They've thrown more shade his way than Stelter does sitting on a snow globe. Or Stelter, who's built like an unripe avocado. I haven't seen that violent a reaction since Brian Stelter was shorted a McNugget in his Happy Meal. They're racing to the bottom faster than Brian Stelter eating a can of concentrated tomato paste. She's alleged to be more careless with guns than Stelter is with carbs. And what about this fan favorite? This is Kayla Lemieux. Here she is, along with her friends, Brian and Stelter. I wonder if airlines make her check those things. Those boobs could be their own country. The school board still stands behind the teacher. No other choice. In the unlikely event of a water emergency landing, your shop teacher can be used as a flotation device. If they were states, they'd be worth 98 electoral votes. This story is getting bigger and bouncier. Boobs are so big, you'll need a Sherpa to climb them. When students saw those shadows, that meant 6 more weeks of nipples the size of doorknobs. So my point is, yeah, Joy, I'm obsessed with a lot of things that make me laugh every single day of my life. And you, little lady, are right up there with them. I'd love to have you on our show sometime. We'll even stock the green room with your favorite frozen mice. That's what you feed them. So, Kat, were you pretty surprised that they didn't know what this show was?
No, I'm also not surprised that there's one part of the video from the show yesterday that you left out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, can we roll that, please?
I don't watch the show that much, but I've seen it.
Who is that?
Who is that?
Greg Gutfeld's one of the hosts of The Five, who, if I don't have anything nice to say, I generally don't say anything at all. I would just say this, his show should be called Kat Timpf, not Gutfeld, because she's the funny one on it.
Somebody's flirting with little Cat over here.
Well, she's the Republican one at the table, but I just think as a libertarian, I'm always looking to find common ground with other people because nobody really shares my politics. So I find some common ground in The View where she thinks I'm funny and I agree.
There you go. Tyrus, do you think it's a good strategy on the behalf of The View to pretend we don't exist when we know they know we exist?
That's a brilliant idea. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Gutfeld. I'm sorry, not ringing the bell.
Usually at the airport.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. Huh? Really? I sit next to him? Really? How many? No, this is what elitists do who can't, like, if you don't know who someone is, how did you know to automatically hate him? Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, that's how fake and full of she is. Gutfeld, never heard of him. Don't like him. Why? Because why? That's why I just turned to one of my kids. Because why?
Yeah.
Because I don't know who he is. Never heard of him at all in my entire life. But why? Because I don't know. Because they are the last TV show to talk about high turnover. Mm-hmm. We've been rolling 3 steady for a long time.
Yeah.
We don't take breaks in the commercial to get away from each other. Well, that's what the drinking's for.
Yes.
Megan McCain, how'd that go?
Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell, or any of these previous fellow employees? Because one of the things they said was that no one walks away from money. Right?
Yeah.
So they got people running away from it over there. Mm-hmm. So other than the occasional person who's playing sick home from school and leaves the TV on, they know who everyone is, especially everyone who's beating them. Like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. Bill Maher did it too. I think that was the thing across the board with this show and its success is if they don't acknowledge it, it doesn't happen. Well, to coin a phrase, acknowledge us. Mm-hmm. Because they knew that Kat was funny. How'd you figure that out? Other than reading her book or going to one of her live events or watching her 5 nights a week on the Gutfeld Show. Mm-hmm. Whatever's easier, and they seem cheap to me, so I'm sure they probably just watched it.
You know, Aaron, you're a woman.
Mm-hmm. Nailed that. Yep.
Yeah. So, do you know any women who watch The View? Because most of my friends are women, but none of them watch The View.
I don't know a lot of people who watch The View, and actually I worked on the Hill at the same time as Alyssa, so I've known Alyssa for years. But this speaks to the larger issue with The View, right? Barbara Walters started the program to have dissenting views, and you would get into fights and you couldn't get up from the table. She wanted fierce dialogue. Mm-hmm. And now they're saying that they don't know your show, one of the most popular, if not the most popular show in late night. How does that speak to The View? They aren't looking for dissent. They aren't looking for other opinion or opportunity. They want one, and if they don't agree with your view, they shout you down and boo you off the show. They do it to any Republican candidate who goes on that show. They regularly interrupt and boo. Yeah. And that's why people my age don't watch that show very often or at all. I don't think I've ever watched it except for when a candidate is on it.
Yeah. I've only watched it, I watch it every morning. But, Pete, the acting was terrible in that segment. It was like Brian Austin Green when Megan Fox dumped him, and he was like, no big deal, as he was self-mutilating in a camper.
Oh, it was acting.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. What's more likely, that Joy Behar doesn't know who Greg Gutfeld is, or that Joy Behar spends her nights with a bucket full of chicken wings, crying herself to sleep, scrolling videos of you making fun of her? Which one's more likely? Probably the latter. Probably the latter.
Second hand that she knows who I am because people tell her the insults.
Oh, no doubt.
They tell her Greg said this the other day. She'll be like, what? That's boy.
Get him off the air. Get him off.
Jews. No, Whoopi's the one who doesn't like the Jews. Which one doesn't like the Jews? I get confused.
I'm not taking that bait.
All right. One of them doesn't like the Jews. Or they keep apologizing for something about Jews, then they have to apologize for something about Christians. So they offend everybody.
They're always offending somebody.
Yeah.
But Tyrus is right. This is their strategy.
Yeah.
Like Hunter Biden, we don't know him. We don't know about his laptop.
Yeah.
Everything's fine there. They deny it as long as they can.
I'm cool, so I know nothing.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.